Alrighty, yogis. Thanks for being here. And thank you, Zoomers, for being here. And I want to say hi to Ariel Welch, who is not here right now, but she will be in this class tomorrow when she watches the recording. This is Christmas Yoga Week, this week and next week. So we'll be doing Christmas yoga poses. And I'm not trying to condone any kind of religion, but I just want to have a fun class, and it's a good time to have practice a fun class with Christmas poses here. We're going to start with our ho, ho, ho breath. Ho, ho, ho breath. It's a 3-part breath where you breathe in 3 parts. You inflate your lungs, pause, and think ho. And then you inflate your rib cage and think ho, and pause. And then you inflate your belly and think ho, pause. And then you deflate everything out your nose, exhale slowly, okay? So to get started, you could either start lying down or just sit up tall with your spine nice and straight so that you have a nice open air pipe. Close your eyes and start with just a rhythm to your breath. Just think about your breath and the rhythm of your breath in and out of your nose. And then once you have your breath in a rhythm, just begin to deepen it. And start thinking about the ho, ho, ho breath, the 3-part breath, inhaling 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Okay, please finish off one more round of your ho, ho, ho breath. And then bring your breathing back to your normal. And then please let's take a deep breath in together and we'll Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki, the divine is the inner teacher. Okay, we're going to start with fire logs now with our asana practice, fire logs. So if you have a strap, have it handy. Fire logs is a hip opener. This is even a good starting. This cross-legged position is a good start to our fire logs to open up the hips, but we're going to go a step further here. And everybody has different hip flexibility, so don't worry if this is not easy for you. It's not easy for me because I don't have good hips either. Take your ankle. First do this. First take your foot onto the inside of your thigh. Let's try it this way to start with. And if your knee bothers you, you can put it on a block or just let it sit there. Grab your strap Bring it around your foot. And then we're going to turn our body to the left. So our chest lines up with the left leg, and then grab the strap and just bring your chest on down toward your leg. So this is called Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. Keep your foot flexed and your knee up. You don't have to come down very far here, but I want you to try to avoid dropping your chin. Keep your head in line with your spine. Keep your shoulders down from your ears, and just relax into the stretch. Boy, that's loud. Is that the furnace? Wow. Okay, well, you can come closer if you want. You don't have to be so far away. All right, let's remove the strap, come back up, and now we'll go to part 2 of this, is where you take your ankle onto your thigh. Now, don't sickle your foot. Sickling your foot means twisting your ankle. You want to keep your ankle solid on your leg here, and then you can hold it with your hand or anything that suits you, just to keep your ankle from sickling. And then drop your knee toward the mat as far as it'll go. Now, your left leg can turn out here. That's okay in this point. And then just think about keeping that knee down. This is a fire log right here. This is a fire log. Okay, now keep your leg where it is. Go on back, lean back onto your hands, and then bend your left knee, and maybe even go onto your forearms behind you. And keep your ankle on your left thigh. Keep pushing your right knee away from you. Good. You can feel the hip opening. All right, and then push back up onto your hands and unwind your legs. And we'll do the other knee, bending it out to the side, bringing the sole of your left foot into your right thigh, grabbing your strap onto your right leg, right foot. Turn your chest so that you're lined up over your right leg, and then come on forward. Gently, easily, as far as your body allows, to have a nice stretch here. So you are undoubtedly feeling the hamstring on your right leg, but think about also pushing that left hip down. Okay, one more breath, and then come on back up. And part 2 is taking the left ankle onto the right thigh and just holding your foot so that it's stable. And again, your right leg can roll out now if it wants to. And then just think about pushing the left knee away from you. Keep your ankle steady. Yeah. Rustic fire. So I can't do this, but the complete pose of the fire logs is stacking your legs like this on top of each other. And it truly is called fire logs pose, but I can't do it. So we're doing half of it. And if anybody cares to try, you can go ahead. If you can put your legs like this. Not many people can, but some people can. You have naturally open hips. Maybe Gabrielle, you might be able to. I'm not sure. You got really open hips. Maybe Ray, I don't know. You might be able to. Okay, so the next phase is to come back to your hands. Try to keep your ankle steady as you bend the knee of your left leg and either stay on your hands or come on down to your forearms, whichever suits you. And then keep pushing that left knee away. Okay, push back up, unwind. And then bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. And then just drag them in towards your groin and just hold on to the ankles or your calves for support and bring your chest forward and up and your shoulders back. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Good. Now, please extend your legs long into our Dandasana. Keep your feet up and your knees up. And then take your fingers on the top of your shoulders for your angel wings. So we want to mindfully keep our feet flexed and our legs engaged while we're doing this with our angel wings. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, bring the elbows together. Inhale, open. Exhale, wings go up. Inhale, open. Wings close in the front. Inhale, open. Up. Inhale, open. Close forward. Inhale, open. Close up. Inhale, open. Close forward. And once more. Inhale, open. Close up. And then release. And then release your arms down. Back to Dandasana. So this is, we're calling this a sleigh pose today, staff pose. This is your sled, Santa's sled. All your presents are here in front of you. You want to take your shoulders forward, up, back, and down so that you have a nice open, wide chest, and keep your chest open. Keep the feet flexed, knees up. Plant your right hand next to your hip. Bring your left arm beside your ear, and we're going to do a candy cane over to the right. Push down on the left sit bone. Inhale, pull up, exhale down. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. So your left hand will now sit on the outside of your right thigh and bring your right hand behind you onto your mat behind you. And use your hands as leverage to help your body twist. One more breath. Exhale, come back to center, back to your Santa sled. Tilt the pelvis forward, shoulders up, back and down. And take the left hand beside the hip, right arm beside the ear. Candy cane over to the left. I don't know if anybody can hear my lovely Christmas music with that furnace going. Okay, inhale, pull up. Exhale, let the hand float down. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes on the outside of the left leg. Left hand goes behind you down on the mat, using that as leverage for the twist. Okay, one more breath here. And as you exhale, come back forward, reset into your Santa sled, Shoulders forward, up, back, chest open, feet flexed, spine is nice and long. Think about your head right on top of your shoulders here. Santa's sled. We're going to move on to our backs, and let me just show you before you do anything. You're going to move on to your backs, head facing toward me, and we're going to do what's called a flickering candle. So you're going to start with your legs up, and your back's going to have a little bit of space underneath of your lumbar right here. But then we're going to start flickering the flame by pushing our back into the mat and then just scissoring our feet like this for about 10 or 15 times, and then you're going to pause. Okay, so I'll walk you through it. So onto your backs, soles of the feet to the ceiling, and start with a neutral spine because you're going to want it in a little bit. So you have a little bit of space between your lumbar and the mat. Okay, and now when you're ready, take a deep breath. As you exhale, push your back into the mat and start flickering the candle flames by moving your feet in a scissor-like motion back and forth toward your head. And let's do that for a few more times. Just keep on pushing the back into the mat. And then pause, bring your feet just up toward the ceiling, pause, release your spine, and bring your knees into your chest and hug the knees in. So that's your break. Now return the legs upward, soles of the feet to the ceiling, and push your back into the mat and start flickering the candle flames. You don't have to go very far with your scissor motion, or you can go very far if you want, but you can probably feel it by not doing too much with it. Just keep pushing your back into the mat. Don't let your back come off the mat. And this way you're really working your abdominals. Okay, pause, release your back muscles, bring the knees into the chest, hug them into your chest, release the spine. And then once more, legs up, push the back down. So when you push it back down, you can feel your belly muscles engage, can't you? And then just start flickering that candle flame. And breathe. Couple more breaths. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And now release your back and bring the knees into your chest. Hug the knees in. One more time. Feet up. Push the back down. Engage the belly muscles and flicker the candle. Scissor, 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 scissor. Breathe, 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 breathe. Scissor, scissor, scissor. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Couple more breaths. And then pause, release your back, knees into the chest. Hug them in, release your spine. And roll onto one side or the other. And then let's come into our dining room table for Christmas dinner, dining room table. Okay, with a flat back, inhale. Exhale, come into your cat back, tuck the toes, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, push the mat away, arch your spine to the ceiling, feel your vertebra open. Inhale, untuck the toes, drop the belly down, come into your cow pose. And then inhale here, sit back all the way to your heels into baby Jesus pose. Inhale, back to dining table. Exhale, tuck your toes, arch your back. This time we're going to call this a camel pose because, well, there is such thing as a camel pose in yoga. This is not it, but we're going to look like a camel beside the manger now. Inhale, untuck everything, drop your belly down into donkey pose. Push your shoulders back, head forward, belly down. And then exhale, sit back to baby Jesus pose. Inhale back to table. Exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Now, we're going to do a running reindeer to a flying reindeer. You're going to take your left elbow and touch your right knee. Okay, and then extend the right leg and left arm straight out, and then retouch elbow to knee. This is the running reindeer, and then stretch out. Good. Retouch and stretch, retouch, stretch, retouch, stretch. One more touch, stretch, and this is your flying reindeer. We're going to stay here for a few breaths, focusing on your core strength. Keep your hips level. Try to keep the neck relaxed as you breathe. Okay, one more breath. And then the hand comes down, bring your knee back in. Grab a block and bring it onto your left side of your body within reach. And then come all the way up onto your knees. Reach up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, bring your right hand onto your hip. Inhale, push your left arm up. Exhale, candy cane to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring that hand to your hip. Kick your right leg out to the side. Point your toes away from you. Pad the knees here as needed. So we're going to come to the pearly gates of heaven now. Reach your left arm up. Right hand slides down the leg as far as you can. Keep your shoulder back and up toward the ceiling. And maybe even look up underneath your arm. So this is called gate pose, Padangusthasana. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, hands go back to your hips. Take your right toes and pivot them forward now. Take your left hand onto your block, and whatever leverage you need, move that block away from your body so that you can lift up your right leg. And your right arm goes to 12 o'clock. So this is a half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Now you can stay here, or we're going to come into a partridge in a pear tree. Bend the top knee, reach around, grab your ankle. Now, if you can't grab your ankle, that's okay. Just bend the knee and pretend you're grabbing for the ankle. And then if you have your ankle, kick the foot into your hand so you're opening your chest like a proud bird. This is a partridge pose, Kapinjalasana. Good. One more breath, and then release. Pull your hand back up. Come back to your starting gate. Hands overhead, palms together, foot pointed forward. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down, and then bring the knee in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left knee comes into your chest. Good. And now we're going to do the running deer to the flying deer. So your right elbow touches your left knee, and then you extend. And then touch elbow to knee, extend, 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 and pause here into our flying reindeer pose. Beautiful. One more breath. Okay. Hand comes down, knee comes in. Grab your block, a block, and bring it to the right side of your body. And then push into your hands, come up onto your knees. Urdhva Hastasana. Good. Left hand comes onto your hip, right arm beside the ear. Inhale, push up. Exhale, candy cane to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands on hips. Extend your left leg out to the side, perpendicular, point the toes away from you for the pearly gates of heaven on this side. Right arm comes up beside your ear, left hand slides down your leg as far as you want it to go. Bring the right arm beside your ear, keep the shoulder back, try not to lean forward. And maybe even look up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands back on hips. Turn your left foot forward. Right hand comes onto the block, any height that you want this block to be. And then you're going to move it out so that you can find enough leverage to lift your left leg and your left arm to 12 o'clock into our half moon pose on this side. Good. This is really good for your core strength as well as your hip and glutes. Bend the knee and see if you can reach back, grab the ankle, push the foot into the hand. And if you can't grab the ankle, that's okay. Just reach back and pretend you're reaching for your ankle. Or don't pretend, really do it. All right, release, bring your foot down, bring both hands up overhead, foot's pointing forward. Back to the starting gate, inhale. Exhale, hands come down, knee comes in. And we're gonna go into Santa's dog pose. So tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing Santa's dog. So in here, in this pose, think about your alignment for a moment. Make sure your hips are way up high, bend the knees so that you can really get your back straight. Squeeze the forearms together so your shoulders roll out. 10 fingers are spread wide. Good. Okay, now we're just gonna walk up to our hands with bent knees. And slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra and Tadasana. Mountain pose. So think about your breath here. Be thankful for your body working for you here. We're going to come into a balance. I'm warning you so you can get off of your mat if you like, because that's what I like to do. Or you can get next to the wall or next to a post, totally up to you. This is going to be a candy cane into a tree, Christmas tree. Candy cane is going to go into a Christmas tree. So we're going to start in Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, bring your hands together. Inhale, push up your fingertips. Exhale, crescent to the right. This is your candy cane. Now we're going to put that candy cane into the tree by coming upright and then coming into our tree pose. So have your foot come in either on your ankle, calf, or inner thigh, whatever suits you, and just breathe into this Christmas tree pose. And if you would like to challenge yourself by closing your eyes, that's what we've been practicing lately. So if you want to close your eyes even for just 1 second, try that. And you'll find, here's what I found, practicing with your eyes closed, balancing, then it becomes incredibly easy to balance with your eyes open. Good. And whenever you're ready, come on out of that. And we'll switch sides. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, push up. Exhale, crescent into your candy cane. Let's place the candy cane into the Christmas tree now, coming on upright, cocking your left knee out and putting that foot somewhere on the inside of your leg as you balance into your Christmas tree. And whenever you've had enough fun with that, come on out. And anybody try to close their eyes? First go. Yeah, me too, the good side of my first go around. All right. And don't you find it's easy? Once you start closing your eyes to balance, when you open your eyes, it's like, oh, it's so much easier. Another balance. So you might want to stay where you are, another balance. This is Elf on a Shelf. This is also a hip opener. We're going to squat down, whatever side you want to start on is fine. Take the opposite ankle, place it on your thigh. So you're going to come down as low as you can. And this is your shelf that you're going to place your elf on. And this is your little elf, elf on a shelf. Good, everybody. Don't forget to use props to help you balance. There's nothing wrong with that. Good. Really good. How you doing down there, David? Okay. Whenever you want to switch sides, switch sides. Elf on a shelf. When I was growing up, we didn't have elf on a shelf, but apparently that's all the rage they do these days. Good. Good job. Really good job. All right. Let's come back to our mats. Oh, wait a minute. I have one more balance. One more balance. Sorry. Not quite yet to the back. Ice dancer, ice skater. So the ice skater pose looks like this. You're going to pretend you're ice skating. You're going to step on one foot, bring your arms like you're ice skating. Now you can either just do this, or if you want to grab your ankle with your hand and come into the dancer pose, you can do that either way. Up to you. Whenever you're ready. Focus. It really helps to engage your core muscles too when you're balancing. Good. Yeah, you got it. So yeah, there you go. One or both hands in front, either way. And then if you're going to go into the dancer, you're just going to pick up the ankle. Good. Great. Whenever you're ready, you want to swap sides. So one thing that I find helps me is if you're going to hold your ankle, if you really kick the foot into the hand, it creates a tension effect, like a bow and arrow tension, and it sort of helps the balancing. Just really kick the foot into the hand. It helps the balance a lot. Beautiful ice dancers. Good. Me too. Yeah, me too. Right-sided for sure. Okay, now we can come back to our mats. Have your blocks handy in case you want to use them. Starting in Tadasana. So come forward on your mat because we're going to step backwards to have room to make sure you can step backwards. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. So we do rocking chairs by the fireside. So we're going to do a rocking chair here, which I used to call swinging chair. We're going to bring our arms down, straighten the legs, and bring the arms up behind you, palms facing each other, fingertips toward the ceiling, and then swing those arms back down into your rocking chair. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your thighs, straighten your legs, flatten your back, push your shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, hands come all the way down to blocks or mat. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back, plant the right heel. So you're not going to step that far back because you want your heel to be able to come down on the mat, and then come up into your warrior one pose. So in warrior one, your feet are hip width distance apart, front knees bent, back leg is straight, push down on the outer edge of the back foot, and then come into your reindeer antlers, spreading your fingers wide, resting your thumbs behind your head. Reindeer antlers. Okay, bring your arms back forward. Pivot onto your back toes, so you're in a high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to block or mat on the inside of your left leg. And then you're going to walk your hands with your block or without your block to the right. So you're going to pivot to the long side of your mat. Good, good. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. And take your right hand underneath your face, either on a block or the mat, and you lift your left arm out to the side and up toward the ceiling in a twist. Inhale, exhale, that hand comes down in front of your face, and then lift the right arm up toward the ceiling in a twist. Inhale, exhale, that hand comes down. Bend the knees slightly, and then come on up to your Bethlehem star, 5-pointed star, Star of Bethlehem. So bring your shoulders down your back here. Push your fingertips away from each other. Push your feet away from each other and push your tailbone down so you don't have an overly arched lower back. And then breathe here, thinking about all the muscles that you're engaging here. Really push the fingertips away, push the feet away. If you have socks on, they may be a little unsteady on the mat. Okay. Take your front toes, pivot them 90 degrees to the front of your mat, pick up your back heel, scoot it back and come into your warrior two. Toward the other way, Andrea, this way. Yeah. Yeah, just that's right. The other left, whatever I said. Maybe I said it wrong. I don't know. Okay, from here, take your hands behind you, clasp your fingers. We're going to bow forward, bring our front shoulder inside of the front leg. And then keep your bow. Then release your hands, bring them down in front of your face or on blocks here. And now we're going to walk our hands to the front of the mat, coming into our high lunge, framing your front foot with the hands. Good. And again, you can use blocks here if you like. Everybody good? Okay, step your left foot back to plank, full plank. Upward facing dog. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Downward facing dog. Okay, either walk up to your hands here or do the funky move where you take your right foot back up behind you and swing it up between your hands and step up and slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra and Tadasana. I'm moving back on my mat just so for the Zoomers, but you want to stay up because we're going to now do the other side. Inhale up, Exhale, rocking chair. Inhale, exhale, swing the arms down and up behind. Inhale, exhale, swing the arms down back to your rocking chair. Inhale, exhale, hands on thighs, straighten the legs, flatten the back, push the shoulders back. Inhale, exhale, hands come down to mat or blocks. Inhale, exhale, left foot steps back, plant the left heel, come into warrior one on this side. And do your deer antlers with your fingers and the thumbs behind your head. Reindeer warrior. Release your arms back in front, pivot onto the back toes. So you're in a lunge, inhale, exhale, hands come down to the inside of the right leg. Take a block if you'd like, walk your hands to the left so that you're facing the opposite edge of your long mat from last time. And from here, put weight into your right hand. Lift and twist your left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, that hand comes down. Inhale, twist the right arm up. Inhale, exhale, that arm comes down. Bend the knees so that you can come on up to your 5-pointed Bethlehem star. Pause here for a few breaths. Really stretch your fingertips away. Push your feet away from each other. Tailbone down, shoulders down. Head right on top of the shoulders. Okay, let's pivot the front foot, right foot, I think, yeah, to the front of the mat. Pick up the back heel, scoot it back a little bit, and come into your warrior two. Good. Oh yeah, the other way, Karen. Oh, that's good. You want to be in a Zen mode. We could have left you in that Zen mode. Okay, clasp your hands behind. Bow forward. Bring the shoulder to the inside of the leg. Keep your bow, unclasp your hands, bring them down in front of your face. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, pivoting into your high lunge with or without blocks. And then step back to plank. Good. Upward facing dog. You can put your knees down here or not. Chest open. And then Santa's down dog. Either walk up to your hands and stand up from here, or kick your left foot up in the air, swing it up between your hands, and then step up with the right, and then slowly rise up. Inhale, exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana, Wiseman pose. This is the wise women pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, come all the way down and step into your downward facing dog. Bring the knees down to the mat and sit back towards your heels into baby Jesus pose. And please rest your forehead on something, either block, mat, or bolster. And this time, bring your arms beside your body so your hands are next to your feet, palms facing up. And then this way you can circle your wrists and make gentle open and close fists to release your wrists. Okay, please slowly come back up and come seated for a moment, facing me. We're gonna do two more seated poses here. One is the poinsettia pose. So we're going to take the feet together like we did earlier in practice, Baddha Konasana. But this time we're going to lean back and wrap our arms underneath of our calves like so. And then spread your fingers wide. And this is your poinsettia. So it's a balancing thing too. So if your padding is making this difficult, you can slip off the pad and just do this on your mat, because you do have to balance on your sacrum. Poinsettia pose. Go underneath. Can you go underneath? Yeah. And then, yeah, good. Very good. All right, come on down. And last seated pose, cradling the baby. So just take whatever leg you want. I'm going to start with this one and pretend this is a baby. And you're just cradling the baby in your arms. So your other leg can just hang out, do whatever you want, what's comfortable with that leg. So again, don't let the ankle sickle. This is sickling the ankle. You want to keep it straight. And if you don't get the whole leg in your arm, that's okay. Rocking baby Jesus. Okay, and then when you've had enough of that, let's switch to the other leg. Okay, please release your leg. Come onto your backs with your head facing toward me and grab a block. For everyone's favorite pose, sacrum on the block. So Andrea, this is, well, you can watch Karen, what Karen's doing. You're gonna lift your sacrum, lie on your back first, then push into your feet and then push the block underneath of your sacrum. And then you might have to move it around some to find the balancing point where you can lift your legs. So stay here for a few breaths. Slow down your breath, deepen your breath. If you want to put your feet onto the mat and keep your sacrum on the block, that's good for you too. That's a supported bridge pose, and that's very relaxing also. All right, if your legs are up, please lower them. Lift your hips, remove your block. Keep your knees bent. Have them line up with your hips. Bring your arms to a T with your palms facing up. Push into your feet, shift your bottom 2 inches to the left and let your knees fall to the right. Turn your head to the left. Bring your head back to center, bring your knees back to center, bring your bottom back to center. Pick up your bottom and scoot it 2 inches to the right so that your knees can fall to the left and your head turns to the right. Head comes back to center, knees come back to center, shift your bottom back to center, and then please bend your knees into your chest one last time, hug the knees in, and then relax your body as we come into Shavasana. I'm going to take you through a guided meditation because it's been shown that mental imagery is very calming and soothing to the nervous system, and it also helps you control your mind so that your mind's not wandering. Take a mental inventory of your body, find any areas of tension, and let the tension release. Picture a dark night sky twinkling with stars. Gaze at the stars. Notice that one is brighter than all the rest. The bright star is moving across the dark sky. Now imagine a white candle with a flickering flame. The flame grows brighter and brighter. It illuminates a manger surrounded by yellow straw. See the sheep, the donkey, the camels. See a father and mother next to a cradle. Peek into the cradle and see the cute smiling baby. Imagine a tall angel standing next to the cradle, wings spread and aglow in a bright light. Notice 3 tall men standing nearby, adorned with bright jewels, pearls, diamonds, sapphires, and emeralds. One has on a robe of deep purple velvet. Touch the velvet and feel the smooth, sumptuous cloth. The other two men also have on velvet robes. One is rich dark red, and the other is emerald green. Gaze up at the sky, the twinkling stars. Feel the vastness of the sky. Immerse yourself into the universe filled with awe. Enjoy a few moments of inner bliss and solitude. Please bring your awareness back to your breath. And deepen your breathing as you make small movements to gently wake up your body. Please bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And now, please very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated facing me. And now please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai.